Matt Holliday, one, is a phenomenal guy. He also, they should do a 30 for 30 at some point about the Holliday family, and not just with his sons. There's a lot of great pedigree in the Holliday family. And I consider them a full-on baseball family. I had to ask him, because what became the hot story in Baltimore? Jackson Holliday is hitting the ball now because he talked to his dad. And so I had to ask Matt just from his perspective, because to me, it was just a father and son having a conversation. But I do love his response, and he gives a really detailed baseball answer of what he saw. And then there was another part that people were wondering about. What's his relationship with the hitting coaches? Well, he answers all that and more. So let's play that clip for you guys. Apparently, huge story that Matt Holliday talked to his son Jackson about hitting, because I laugh at that. We talked about it before this. No one knows their son better than their dad. You spent time growing up with him, and also after the game, are you guys going to talk baseball? I think it's a pretty good bet, because I did that with my dad every single time. But it seems like to me then you just talked about the mechanics, but the word feel. So when you're talking about it, I think, is that a fair assessment now when you're telling with Ethan, with Jackson? You got to feel what you're doing, and you can make adjustments here, but you don't have to obsess over, am I in this right spot every single time? Because it can go the other way. You're right, where it can just drive you insane, because then you're so focused on that, and that can be frustrating when it doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, I'm sure your dad would watch you, but I watch his at bats, and I'm really closely like, why he didn't swing at this pitch, or is he in position to hit this one, or and I just say, if I wonder, like, were you looking for a pitch there, or just it's fun for me. Like, I just want to kind of know what he's thinking and why certain things are happening, and so like even talking about like the adjustment, like it looked to me like this was feeling good for a while, where he was kind of flatter and on his shoulder in spring training, but then it led to a little bit of early rotation and around the ball a little bit, and he wasn't sort of able to move this way long enough. And so I just said, hey, like when you first started doing this newer stance with the toe tap and the leg kick, that you kind of had your, just little things that of course I'm watching, and I can notice like the littlest thing just watching his stance. I'm like, oh, he's a little bit taller today. I wonder if he's doing that on purpose. Yeah. Or he's not as into his legs in this at bat. I wonder if he's doing that on purpose. Like, just so I think I'm doing a good job of healthy watching it, and just kind of asking him questions about why he's doing what he's doing. But like you said, I mean, no one's watching him closer than I am. And I'm good friends with the hitting coaches here. Yeah. Like, I text with them, and like, so it's not like I'm trying to like sneak him over to a facility and coach him. I want to be just as, look, I respect what they're doing. They're with him every day. Yeah. So I have total respect for that, but I also, know him pretty well, and we talk every day about hitting. I'm not here every day, but I'm watching every day.
Well, I mean, what's the ultimate goal then for Jackson, right? Is for him to go have success.
Yeah, be the best player he can be.
So who cares of how it's happening there? So I love that conversation.
Maybe hit better than 299.
Yeah. If only Matt had hit 300, might have a different perspective on what he was able to accomplish. Yeah. But Matt Holliday, 299 career hitter.
Yeah, but it was a great interview. Loved having Matt on the show, and but some really good things that came out of that conversation. One, it wasn't all Matt Holliday that changed Jackson's swing around. He gave credit to the hitting coaches as well.
I think also it's just a reminder, when you're around the game for so long and you're around your son through his upbringing for it, you're going to talk about the game. I think every family, if they have a good relationship, they talk ball. It's a normal conversation, and especially guys that have gone through it. And you see how Matt said, I just noticed certain things because I've watched him for as long as I can remember, right? And so when everyone wants to run around and look at, well, wait a minute, he knows Jackson. Yeah, he knows his son. So he knows what his son's been working on the entire offseason. He knows what his son does every single day, because you know who also was throwing batting practice to him? His dad. It's him. And And it might not seem like a lot of movements, not even to the regular person, right? So if you're asking even Matt to go watch other players, because that's when people are going, oh, Matt Holliday should be the hitting coach.
Yeah.
He knows about hitting, no doubt about it. But he hasn't been around those guys like he's been around his son.
For their entire life.
For his entire life. That's number
he
one.
literally said he said it here. He was talking about, I can tell immediately when Jackson steps up to the plate, oh, he's a little taller right now. Oh, he's not using it's like because he knows everything about Jackson's swing. Like he has been his quote unquote, personal hitting coach his entire life. Whether he wants to be or wanted to be or not, he talks about it. They talk baseball every day. It's not like Matt's sneaking him out of the warehouse to be like, okay, forget everything that they just told you. We're going to actually do this, this, and this. He's in communication. It's one of those things where I think Matt knows Jackson better than anybody, any coach ever will. That's just a fact. It's a fact. It doesn't matter how many years Jackson's in the league. Matt's going to have known his swing his entire life. So he helps with Jackson. I don't think if you just told Adley to go work with Matt Holliday, if suddenly Adley's going to be hitting 320 over his next, 50 games. I don't think it's that simple, but I think it works for Jackson. I think it's an incredible resource and something that we've talked about. Having that resource is so beneficial for a guy like Jackson, especially a young player, because he can always talk about with someone who knows what they're talking about, but has also seen his swing his entire life and knows his swing better than any coach ever will.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell that firsthand when I talked with my dad and he would watch me hit. He go, hey, your hands look slightly different. And Matt said it could just be a hair of a difference. And so when he was saying about Jackson was getting maybe rolling over a little bit, and he was saying his words were what it was opening it up, or the extension was a little bit more. I'd consider that, hey, you're rolling over and the front shoulder's flying open too quickly.
Yeah.
And Matt's saying, well, we just need that bat path to stay a little bit longer through the zone, the front shoulder staying on. And so it's crazy where your hand placement from here to here can make all the difference in the world. That's the crazy thing for people that don't know what the sport is, that the movement can feel so large or different, but it's really not that different. But when you go through a 162 constantly, it sometimes is really, really hard to pick it up and see a difference. And it sometimes isn't going to work. Not every time, but in this case, you know what, Jackson, he talked to his dad about it. Oh, okay, that felt different. You know what they did? The hitting coaches, everyone's on the same page, and let's work on this. You found it. Let's talk about this. And I love that also. I'm glad that he said that, because I hate that people are pinning against hitting coaches and this team. And at the end of the day, you want the players to go out there and play well. And I think for the hitting coaches, what I feel bad for them is their jobs are going to be on how their players are doing. And, yep, it's their responsibility to make sure the players are in the right position. But if the players don't go out and do their thing, it doesn't matter how much you love that hitting coach or not.
Right.
I know a lot of great hitting coaches, and the team was bad, and the hitters go, well, damn, I got that guy fired. Every team's different, but I did want to point that out there